It's in the game.
Which one's your favorite game? That's the best one. Tom Brady, guys, and I see Ken Shamrock. I showed Ken Shamrock. What do you mean?
Welcome, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this is your first Ultimate Challenge. Juju has built himself a pretty solid MUT team, and he is lending it to you to get you rolling. Your goal is simple. Just pick up at least 5 yards on offense to get the win and unlock the next challenge. Let's get right to the action. Mahomes now on first down. He'll find Smith-Schuster. That's complete. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. And just like that, you've won your first Ultimate Challenge and secured your first star. Congratulations. Advance straight to the next challenge where you'll get to use Juju's team once more.
Hey guys, I'm back. I was reading that. It's Superstar. Back. Guys, we're in Ultimate Team right now, so yeah. Bring me some chips.
All right, next up, you must put the ball in the end zone to win this challenge. Do so, and you'll receive another star plus a Juju player item to add to your own lineup. Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They've got a 1st and 10 from the 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Hightower coming in for the sack from his linebacker spot.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
They run. It's Gurley. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Well done there. You've earned your 2nd star plus a Juju wide receiver item. Remember to put him in your lineup. Now, Juju is taking...
Up this magic with the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you. Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die, never wrong, they right. I ain't changing my side, yeah, we in it for life. It's magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror, now I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now my dreams reality, not going back to. You say that you.
I'm back, guys.
Hey, how could you lie to my face? People claim that they be loyal, they be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many L's, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use it, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig.
Browns.
For the Jakes, on the road, it go crazy. I get
Yeah, we are.
show. Say my money, stack it up, and look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast. I never done this before. Yeah, drown out my problems. Let me. When up in magic with the gang, we ball out. It can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it? Look in the mirror now, I'm feeling like a savage. Tell my son I love him, for him I'ma make it happen. Now
15 minutes.
Reality, not going back to. You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing.
Ah!
Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, y'all.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we'll see the new man in D.C. Case Keenum.
Hey!
Washington.
Okay, Coach. You know, the folks in the dog pound, they...
What's up, guys? Press Y.
The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And off we go from Cleveland. This will be taken in at the 1. Dashing through the snow. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
What?
That'll go down as a 99-yard kick return as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
How did I do that? Like there's a lot of people
so
on me.
A heck of a start to this one. We haven't even gotten settled in already in the end zone on the opening kickoff.
And you know what happens, Tim? Now you got to translate.
And put. It's a replay right there. Okay. Put it. You go over here. There's a lot of people behind you. One of them missed. And two are trying to get you. And now the other guy's not there. So he's right there. There's people fighting in the background. Look at number 3. What? Number 3 and Redskins.
What that means, because I think for the team that just scored, their defense, I think they'll be more aggressive now. They'll be bolder. They're playing with a lead and an early one and some momentum. So if you're the offensive coordinator on the other side of the field, you'd better be prepared for some heavy pressure coming your way. They're going to try and get another big score and a big one early.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So how about that for an intriguing start? The opening kickoff of the ball game, return for a touchdown. So let's try this again. After the kick return, TD, here's yet another kickoff. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Redskins offense led by their new quarterback, Case Keenum. And Keenum, a guy who's seen his fair share of highs and lows in this game. The high likely his 22-touchdown season for the Vikings in 2017. And the low probably being traded by Denver after one 6-10 season. But here he is ready to rock and roll. Play action. Now Keenum. And incomplete to open things up. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson, but it'll be second down. And a quick look at Washington's offense.
So let's all work together on this one because it's natural to just watch the football. But I want all of us to watch the center of this offensive line, the center and the two guards. They've got to be able to control the point of attack, and they didn't do such a good job on that last play. Plenty of opportunities to redeem themselves. They'll have to take advantage of that and start making progress.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Keenum, he'll get this one complete to Davis. And here's the starting crew defensively for Cleveland.
When you're the #1 overall pick in the NFL draft of 2017, puts a little extra scrutiny. Defensive end Myles Garrett is certainly used to it. In 2018, came into his own his second year in the league with 13.5 sacks and really expects to increase that total in years to come.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Set. Fight.
Out of the gun, Keenum. And that is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
It's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses show. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Bro, you don't let me run it.
Now Callaway on the return. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. Cleveland getting ready for their first drive. Baker Mayfield, the quarterback. There he is, the 24-year-old who came into this year, like the rest of the team, with very high expectations. Touchdown to interception ratio this season.
I'm
right around 50-50. Much different from a year ago when he had 27 touchdowns to just 14 interceptions. But I mentioned all the hype around he and the Browns coming in. Last year, 7-8-1. A lot of people are thinking maybe they could make a deep run in the playoffs this year, but looks like Baker and company going to finish the season right around that same record. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
I'm going to do it this time.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Go.
They find some open field here. Odell Beckham Jr. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 39 yards. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with Adrian Peterson, the second active leading rusher in the NFL. Brought down that time by Christian Kirksey.
Nice.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. This is Chris Thompson in his 7th season now as a Redskin.
Pause it, pause it, pause it, pause it. buy me those cleats. Because I need them.
No.
But they cost $1,000.
For soccer. You're not even in the soccer team.
It's your mom. The season ends. Do you know Messi runs Medio?
Yeah.
Messi runs faster. And Rachel said you can put me in where the fastest kid does.
Where? Victor or no?
Yeah, he does.
He doesn't have a team.
Yeah, he does. He plays soccer.
Okay, but I'm saying he doesn't own a team.
He thinks soccer. I think because they don't play anymore, the season's over. Why are you lying? That happened. And the season was on that time. You guys know, right? Yeah, you could soccer because of both of them. Double dribbling, travel. They want to spin. Hey! Up on top. You're going to buy me. No, please, yeah. Hey. Your mom can buy them. Your mom? Yeah. Well, she's that's her mom, too.
We're telling you? How you know? Where? Where? No, not.
I got my guess. I didn't eat them.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first two plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. He'll get this to his speedster, Paul Richardson. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 45-yard line. So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 45-yard line. The give to Peterson out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Keenum. Here's a screen to Powell. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Keenum. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
And there is nothing easy about being a kicker on a day like this.
Yeah, I tell you, not only is the footing tough in the snow, but kicking that ball is like kicking a rock. Very difficult to get any sort of feel on your kicks.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8. And a look now at the starting offense for the Browns.
Yeah, I feel a little bad here because we missed out talking about these guys on the opening drive because they were in the end zone before we had a chance to even say anything. But let's keep an eye on these wideouts. QB already has 1 touchdown pass. You know he's looking for a few more before this one's over. Those wideouts.
All the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham with his 2nd touchdown of this. Opening quarter, and the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. Joseph now to add the PAT. Extra point safely through, and it's now 21-0. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. And now a whistle and a timeout called by the kicking team. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Joseph to kick off for Cleveland.
Joseph now to kick this one away. Fielded about a yard deep.
Keep playing.
Well, everyone knows it's been a tough season for the Washington Redskins, and a chance for us to chat about that here as they get this next series started. Just really a forgettable season in our nation's capital. Last 2 years, Charles, 7-9, and people were disappointed with those records, but I think 7-9.
You take it now.
Yeah, they'll take it now because they're going to finish well below that.
And everything just collapsed for them because I thought they'd have a good defense coming into the season, but they got torched the first couple of weeks of the year, and things went downhill from there for a while. Jay Gruden lost his job as the head coach, and then the team had to figure out who was going to play quarterback, and finally Dwayne Haskins got his opportunity. Struggled early. I thought he got better as the season went along, but rookie wide receiver Terry McLaurin, he's a keeper. That's a big-time player that they got, I believe, in the 3rd round.
You are right, Mr. Davis, as I consult my cheat sheet here. 3rd round, 76 pick out of Ohio State was Terry McLaurin. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Returnable here for Callaway. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The safety blitz works perfectly that time for Landon Collins.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
So that'll back him up 5.
Still 3rd down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. And another tackle broken. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence.
Now they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. On 1st down, it's Thompson. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
They only get 5 out of that quick slant, but that's good enough for a first. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Redskins. Taking it in from 4 yards out as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter.
Well, since we don't have a rooting interest in this one, neither one of us wanted to see this one get out of hand too early. Here we are in the 1st quarter. That was an important response for them to score already down 21.
So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go.
Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant.
He finds an opening past the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Trump, Odell Beckham Jr. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Odell Beckham on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the... Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
Keenum and the Redskins now going to come up 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A huge play there for Washington. 43 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. From the 27, Keenum, and incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. In need of a conversion on third down. They had a big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Now a third down throw, but it misses the target. Incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So he gets a shot at atoning for the earlier miss here in the first half and able to knock it through.
And what a relief for him, don't you think? Because how many games have we done where kickers missed one early and never gotten a chance to atone for it the rest of the game? That's a lot to carry around.
Beckham and the Browns set to take over again. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the second quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done, and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He was trying to go back to Beckham there, and now it's third down. And the Redskins have an extra man in the secondary here on third.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. Hurry, hurry. Come on.
Odell Beckham Jr., 20. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. The electric OBJ, the short reception, and then he did the rest of the work himself.
You know, there's a thing that the players always talk about, the coaches in the league, they call it play speed. Because, you know, we have that time speed when we're running the 40s at the combine and, you know, at pro days and all of that. But play speed is different. And OBJ's play speed is some of the best in the league. In other words, when he has the ball in his hands or he's running a route, he runs it just a little bit harder than most people. And oftentimes, you come up wrong on your angles trying to tackle him.
Keenum and the Redskins now going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now it's Keenum. It's hauled in by Doxson. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. From the gun on 3rd down, Keenum. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. This is taken at the 15. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Mark that down as an 85-yard punt return as his guys continue to pour it on.
Well, it certainly feels like that kind of game, doesn't it? No matter what they do, it's going to work. That might be the absolute crusher right there. A punt return for a touchdown.
Feels like there's been a lot of crushers in this game. This lead just gets bigger. The extra point up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. And now they'll throw with Keenum. That's complete to his tight end, Sprinkle. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The D-tackle, Sheldon Richardson, came barreling in for the sack. The Redskins on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 17, and he finds the tight end, Reed. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
This is fielded at the 7, able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. He's the star wide receiver, and he's doing his thing so far here into the 2nd quarter.
And how you get distinguished as a star is each and every week performing to a high level no matter what they throw at you, because you're always wanting to take him out of the game if you're a defensive team. How do you press him, double him, triple him, all those things? But the best players show up each and every week. Solid games and some spectacular ones.
And he has showed up time and time again. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. He was trying to go back to Beckham there. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the two of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half. And he's got some space here. And that one results in 35 yards.
This is one of those plays that has an equal chance of either being a big gain or a big loss, but with the college influence, we're seeing more of these plays come into the NFL.
And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns. Baker Mayfield taking it in as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. And the formula there on the 2-point try, they go 5 wide, not even the option to hand the ball off. They got it.
They tried to create space, and there isn't a whole lot of it there. For the defense, what you're trying to do is make sure that if they're going to catch the ball, make them catch it behind you, because they run out of space with the back line. But in this case, the offense figured it out.
Keenum now on 1st down. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. CD, with that incompletion, let's talk AFC playoff picture. I think you and I agree that if you put together any sort of power rankings, we'd put Baltimore #1, certainly in the AFC. But you look ahead to the playoffs getting started on January 4th. Who do you see as their main competitor for that Lamar Hunt trophy?
Well, tradition.
There he goes, left side. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 75 yards. And the Redskins are able to at least knock this deficit down a bit. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Cleveland Browns ready to set up shop for their next drive. And this is a Browns team, Charles, that has been on a roller coaster ride this year. Entered the season with all those expectations. One bright spot's been Nick Chubb. He's been great at running back. He's in contention for the rushing title. But they didn't string together back-to-back wins until Week 11. And they've just been treading water all season. And get this, they're not going to finish above 500 this year. The last time that the Browns were above 500, 2007.
And just think that would have been